Hey, thanks everybody for joining us today. Live Music Nation podcast. I'm your host, Jake Gill. Today we're Stacy from Forest Fest. I'm interested in this one. Stacy, thanks for joining us. Tell us a little bit about you. Where'd you grow up?
Me personally, I grew up in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Minneapolis, Minnesota. All right, talk a
Yeah.
little bit about your career and then up into your point of position with Forest Fest.
I have it's a running joke with my staff that if it's been a job, I kind of have done it.
Perfect.
I used to own a dance studio. I did visual merchandising for retail stores. I was marketing director for World Dryer, the place that makes the hand dryers.
Yep.
um, let's see, I owned a restaurant. I started a wine bar. I've done a wide variety of things, but the core of everything has been marketing, and that's my true love in starting businesses. So yeah, that's kind of it. About 10 years ago, I started a retail store. It's called True North. It's grown into 10,000 square feet with 125 vendors from all throughout the Midwest. The key thing about True North is that we like to put on events. We feel it really draws people to the store. So we had this beautiful park in the town that I live in called Morris, Illinois, that nobody was utilizing or using very much. So we decided, why not start a music festival?
Man. All right. So tell us about Forest Fest. Let's start with this, the four things. What does it look like? What does it smell like? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? So let's start with look. What does it look like? People walk on campus. What are they going to see?
Beautiful, old, mature trees lining the whole entire park. It's a very earthy kind of festival. We have vendors, about 200 vendors selling anything from handmade antiques, vintage, vinyl, clothing spread throughout the park. So it's a very beautiful scene. And then at the very end of the park, there's this giant pavilion that we have the music in all day. So
Okay. So we got the look part. Now
Mhm.
what's it smell like?
Patchouli oil, just kidding. No, we it's very foresty, grass, trees, few
Stacy,
people
what
might
about
smell a
food?
little sweaty from dancing.
What about food?
What about what?
What about food?
Food. Oh, food. Food is amazing at Forest Fest. Currently, we have 14 food trucks lined up, and we have a food truck rally in one of the parking lots. And we're very particular about making sure there's only one type of food offered per food truck so that we don't have overlap. We have everything from Hawaiian to Ben and Jerry's ice cream, really good pizza, and we have a vegan option. We have lobster, also pretty much anything you could want, we have there. So
That's where I'm going with the smells. Okay, now feel. What does it
okay.
feel like? Feel like. So what time of year does this happen? What's the temperature? What's the climatology like?
Okay, it's June 3rd, but with weather in Illinois, you never know how it's going to be. Last year, knock on wood, we had the most amazing, beautiful, perfect day. But honestly, the feeling, yes, temperature wise is one feeling, but the feeling is you're hanging out with a bunch of your friends, and we've been told that it was one of the funnest day our attendees had. Our vendors all are very, very outgoing and fun and encourage you to come and hang out, and you'll make some new friends. So it's feeling of friendship.
Okay. And finally, the last question is, what does it sound like? What kind of music are we going to hear?
Oh, it rocks. Great music all day long. We start off with some singer-songwriters. We have this great guy, Liam Kyle Cahill. He's out of Reno. He flew up last year. He was the very first person to play on that stage ever. So we thought it was only fitting to invite him back again this year. So we have singer and songwriter, the first three, and then we move into a little bit more punk music. We have some amazing punk bands booked. Now, punk bands, I don't know what genre of music these people listen to that are watching the podcast, but it's not your loud screamer. It's more like get up and dance, great songwriting, just release and feel fun and have a good time. So last year we had the Tossers, which is an Irish punk band out of Chicago. Amazing. We had huge requests to bring them back. So I'm giving you guys an insider tip. They are coming back. So
Okay, very
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Stacy, what is it for you? Why a festival? Why is that important?
Oh man, That's a terrific question. I often think that while I'm working on hours of paperwork, going, why did I get myself into that? You know, I wanted to bring something different to the town that I live in, which is Morris, Illinois. We're a very country-based country music kind of town. And I felt like there was something missing for the younger kids out there. So I wanted to bring something fun, something different. It's the kind of music that my husband and I personally like. And we just thought it'd be something fun. I mean, who didn't need a new hobby? My new hobby is planning a music festival.
Well, if you're not passionate about it, it's not going to work. People are going to recognize that right away for sure.
Correct.
As it goes through there. Okay, cool. Stacey, always ask these two questions. Any interview I do, because I am in live entertainment, I am in live music. Tell me the best concert ever seen your entire life.
Oh, I can tell you right now. An artist called Frank Turner and the Sleeping Souls. Little tiny barn in the middle of Macoconut, Iowa. You literally had to like drive down a dirt road, turn left at the cow, over the picket fence, park your car. You take a hay rack ride into this amazing venue in the middle of nowhere. And it is literally a big, huge barn. It was the most magical experience. Anybody who was at that show says it the same thing. If you ever get a chance to go see a show at Macoconut, Iowa, Codfish Hollow, amazing.
All right, perfect. You can bring one act, dead or alive, to Fforest Fest. Money's not an issue. Who you bringing?
It's so hard. One of them that I've been after, and I know it's like a dream, but is the Struts. I am a huge Luke Spiller and the Struts fan, so I would absolutely die to have them even answer an email from me.
There you go.
But honestly, we did the music festival as a way to get some of our favorite bands in front of people in Chicagoland. So I am booking bands that I've always wanted to hear or love hearing. So so it's pretty
absolutely perfect. Stacey, how do people find out more about Fforest Fest?
Go to our website or anything on social media. I'm going to give you an insider tip though. Fforest Fest. Forest is spelled with 2 F's, so it's Fforest. The two F's are a Norwegian spelling that means do, make, and be in nature underneath the tree. So it just seemed fitting for our festival. So you go to forestfest.com.
Okay.
So Forest with 2 F's.
That's awesome. Thank you, Stacey, so much for being on with us.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Well, baby, I'm on it with a bottle of wine.